Shalom Ve'erev Tov, everyone. My name is Rabbi Deborah McKenzie, and we will begin our Maariv service in just under 2 minutes. I hope everyone has had a great weekend and a very awesome Monday. Let me see here, and I think waiting for the chat to start. In the meantime, I hope everyone is doing well. Shalom, Ms. Graduate. How are you? Mazel Tov. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're celebrating. We will begin our Maariv service in just under a minute. Shalom, John. How are you? Hope you had a great weekend and a very awesome Monday. Hello, Beth. How are you? Hello, Paulette. How are you? Hello, Reba. How are you? Hello, Ken. Shalom, how are you? Shalom Ve'erev Tov, everyone. My name is Rabbi Deborah McKenzie. I'm located in a somewhat spring-like weather location of Clarksburg, Maryland, which is a suburb of Washington, D.C. I'm also a JSLI Rabbinical School alumna, and it is my honor and pleasure to be with you this evening. We will be using the Rabbi Deborah Siddur and the online Siddurim. We'll also be using the chat function from whichever stream you're using throughout our service this evening. So with that, hello Judy, how are you? Let us go to page 2. And welcome each other with the Hine Matov. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Behold how good and pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to dwell together. Welcome all of you. Welcome Larry. Shalom. Shalom Ellen. Shalom Happy Legend. On the Ustream. On the Sim Shalom website. Welcome to all of you, and I hope all of you have had a wonderful weekend and a very awesome Monday. And Larry, I'm glad to see you because that means you survived the tornadoes and everything going on in the Midwest U.S. Welcome Kingsley from Morocco. Welcome to all of you. And let the good in me connect with the good in others until all the world is transformed through the compelling power of love. Let us go to page 3 for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam vaed. Praise be the Lord unto whom all praises are due. Praise be the Lord unto whom all praises are due, now and forever. Shalom, Troy. How are you? Let us go to page 4 and welcome the evening, although it is at least dark, I know here, and here it really looks like nighttime here in the Eastern time zone. But let us welcome the evening with the Maariv, Aravim, the evening prayer. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe. By your word is the evening dusk, and by your wisdom is the dawn. The day is designed wondrously, and the seasons are set in order, and by your will are the stars arranged in the sky. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. You create day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness away from light. Eternal God, your sovereignty shall embrace us forever. Praised are you, Adonai, for each evening's dusk. Baruch atah Adonai, ha-Maariv Aravim. Amen. Welcome, Roberto. How are you? Let us go to page 5 for the Ahavat Olam in English. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel and everyone from around the world. Welcome, Roberto from Puerto Rico, and Emilian. Welcome, Shalom. Let us now all together affirm our faith with the Shema on page 6. Shema Yisrael Adonai Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Eternal One is our God. The Eternal God is one. Let us go to page 8 for the V'ahavta in English. And you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to do all these commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Let us go to page 9 for the Michamocha. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar ba'kodesh, norati lot osefele. Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you? Majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders. Welcome, Ehan. How are you? Let us go to the Hashkivenu on page 11. Our request for protection. And certainly, Roberto and Larry, both of you have certainly are in areas where Mother Nature, if you will, has had her way. And certainly all of us are in need of protection on various levels. So please join me. Make us, Adonai, to lie down in peace, and awaken us again, our sovereign in life. Spread over us your shelter of peace, and guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us, and shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace, now and always. Praised are you, Adonai, eternal guardian of your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, shomer amo Yisrael la'ad. Amen. Let us go to page 12 for the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, b'alma divrach rutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon U'chayedecho be'Yisrael, bagala, u'bizman kariv, v'imaru, amen. Yesh me'rabba mevorach, le'olam olam me'amaya yitbarach, v'yishtabach, V'yipar v'yiroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitador v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei d'kudsha b'richu, le'ela min kol b'rachata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, V'imaru, amen. We'll now have a moment of silent devotion or silent meditation or silent reflection. At this time, let us go to page 14 for Tefillat Ha'amidah, and let us lift our hearts and raise our spirits, and rise and stand humbly in prayer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avoteinu ve'Imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, ve'Koneh HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמר אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. So we have come to the portion of our service that is the Hoda'ah, our prayer for Thanksgiving. And I would like to welcome John back and Diantha and Marissa. Thank you so much. And I think this evening we have Romania and Morocco and the U.S. Am I missing any other locations? And I'm including Puerto Rico as part of the U.S. because it is a U.S. territory. But I am very, very thankful that so many of us from around the world are able to come together and daven together in community together. It continues to amaze me. You know, it just does. So this is truly a blessing. And I tell you, we know. And Ahan, that's right. I haven't forgotten you too. We are so many of us, no matter where we're from, the day-to-day, we all have that in common. Our days are filled with things that draw our attention, that require our energy, be it for good or indifferent, be it for necessity or just distraction or anything else. And as a result of that, we often forget to remember our accomplishments, remember those precious points of light in our lives that have paved our journey and have really gotten us from, moment to moment. I want you to take this time now just to set the worries aside, the cares aside, so that you can breathe and smile and be present in your own journey. To recall, remember, acknowledge those achievements in your lives, the lessons you've learned, the loved ones who've who were there, the kindnesses and good fortunes that you've shared and received, moments when you've had a joyful heart or sincere sense of gratitude or peace or any of the many and varied blessings with which you have been blessed. I am going to read the Hoda'ah aloud in English while you do that, and if you are so inclined, please use the chat function to type in at least one item for which you are truly grateful. We proclaim that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors throughout all time. You are the rock of our lives, the shield of our salvation in every generation. We thank you and praise you for our lives that are in your hands, for our souls that are in your charge, for your miracles that are with us daily, for your wonders and gifts that accompany us at all times, evening, morning, and noon. You are good and your mercy is everlasting. You are compassionate and your kindness never ending. We have always placed our hope in you. Amy is grateful that she got her master's degree after all that she's been through with a high average of 3.95. Welcome, Rabbi Jenny, who says her brother Dave continues to be an outlier medically, which is a good thing. He's at 7 years when he was given 5. Let him continue to be an outlier. Oh, and we keep him, we hold him, and you, certainly, in prayer to intend just that. Larry is thankful that the 2 tornadoes went over them and did not touch down. Very happy about that. Again, I am just very, very grateful to have an opportunity to be with you and that all of us can come together in community. It is indeed such a blessing, and I'm thankful that Judy is able to be on tonight, although she's not able to access the chat. So thank you so much, Judy. And Roberto has to thank Hashem for keeping them safe during the hard times, and certainly during the earthquakes. Roberto. For all these goodness and blessings, we shall ever praise and exalt you. May every living creature thank you and praise you faithfully, God of our deliverance and our help. Praised are you, Adonai, the essence of goodness, to whom it is worthy to give praise. Amen. The Amen. And thank you, John. I think that is actually the perfect sentiment. Baruch Hashem. At this time, let's think about those who, amongst us this evening, as well as in our lives, in our space, in our hearts, and in our minds, who are in need of healing, who are in need of recovery and restoration, who are in need of strengthening and hope, who are in need of inspiration, comfort, acceptance, solace, and peace. Please use the chat function to type in the names of those for whom you want the prayer for healing said. And as I read each name aloud, please let us join together collectively our healing energy to intend and pray for the healing, for the recovery, for the restoration, for the strengthening, encouragement, hope, inspiration, comfort, acceptance, solace, and peace. Heal us, Adonai, and we shall be healed. Help us, and we shall be saved. For you are our glory. Grant complete and perfect healing for all of our afflictions. And may you, who blessed our ancestors, may it be your will to send complete healing and restoration of body, mind, and soul to Marissa, Lynn Bat Adele, Lori Bat Selma, Jenny Bat Yuana, Eric Ben Maggie, Nina, Jonathan Ben Nancy, Leah Bat Hiram, Rabbi Adele, Danny Beckenstein, Becky's Aunt Betty, Alan Bennett, Paula's husband Doug, Yosef Newman, everyone in Puerto Rico and Australia, Alex Trebek, Jack, Laura, Vicky and Gloria, Barbara and Pat. And Lara. And if there are other names, please type them in as they come up. I will read them on. I'll say their names aloud also. In the meantime, I will add Anthony Ward, Stephanie, Lucy, Valerie, Aaron, Maddie, Trey, Mayo, Bonnie, Izumi, Malcolm, Rose, and Albert, Alexis, Terry Bernard, Mary and Joseph Aronofsky, the Vogel family, Shandel Bat Sharon, the Vardaman family, Meir Ben Sorka, Hanabat Shandel, Rabbi William Love and his family, Leah Agnum Gabru, Robert, Dorothy, and Bob, Miriam, the Ringo family, the Gracken family, Mabel Sanders, the Evans and Jones family, Pilates family, John Lewis, Rabbi Norman Maybloom and his family, Rabbi Miriam Sachs Leshem and her family, Beth, Ducko and his family, Ike and his family, the Langholt family, Patrice and Michael, Renee and Sydney, Bang Nguyen, Wendy Vogel, Patty Vogel, the James family, the Orlandi family, the Wright family, the Haley and Doyle families, the Williams, McKenzie, and Grant families, Roland and Judy Hanson, the Franco family, those injured and family and friends of loved ones lost in the tragedies and in the fires and in the earthquakes and tragedies of 2020. And of course our injured and wounded warriors and families and friends of those lost in service, as well as those impacted by causeless hatred, anti-Semitism, racism, misinformation, misunderstanding, and psychological and physiological inconsistencies that has led to violence and fatalities in religious institutions and assemblies. Williola, Fred, Sarah, Zachariah, Zephaniah, Tzion, Israela, Rob, Rich, Sylvia, Matt and Eli Asamacher, Aaron, Lucy, and the Sutphin family, the Jaser Nelson families, Marcia, Herbert, Rachel, Bill, Giloma Bat Rachel, Ava Bat Miriam, Rob Jenny, her brother Dave, Rob Tony, the Terry family, the Cohen family, Saliha's grandmother, and the Chikiri family, and Steve Davis. along with all others who suffer. And may those who tend to those who are ill, Adonai, be strengthened and encouraged, so that we may serve by intending and attending to their restoration, serving as an instrument of your healing and reflecting your blessing and goodness in their time of need. For you are the faithful and merciful God of healing. May this come to pass speedily in our day. Praised are you, Adonai, who is the healer of Israel, all people everywhere, and all your creation. And let us say, Amen, the Amen. And for all those whose names we have said aloud, as well as those whose names we still hold in our hearts and our minds, for them do we intend a complete and speedy refuah shlema. Amen, the Amen. Welcome, Claudia. How are you? We've just added Mexico in. It is a blessing that so many of us come together. I'm honored. Thank you. Let us go to page 22 for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. And it is said, and the Lord shall be sovereign over all the earth. And in that day shall the Lord be one, and Adonai's name one. At this time, let us turn our hearts and our minds to those who have transitioned to the world beyond, to their eternal rest. And even though these precious and dearest and most cherished are no longer with us physically, we know that their lives, their legacies, their journeys are ever imprinted in our hearts and in our minds. Even with the passage of time, we still hold them ever precious. If you are in mourning or are observing a yard site, please join me in saying the Mourner's Kaddish. And I invite you to type in the names of those whose memories you cherish. I'm going to try to keep up with them so that I'll be able to say them aloud, and we can acknowledge them and acknowledge them as part of our service. And I say that because the stream goes faster, and I don't know how to get it back down. So, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'alma divrach rute v'amlich malchute. B'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayedech Beit Yisrael. Ba'agalau v'zman. Kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushpechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlamar Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. O say shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yal kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen. Tonight we remember Larry Fitzgerald. We remember Troy's sister Christy. And we also remember all those for whom there is no one to say Kaddish. There are others, please feel free to type in their names. In the meantime, I will add Sammy, Merv Dickinson, Benny Mayo, Cantor Royal Rockman, Elijah Cummings, Paula, Josh Bogle, Tyler Terry, Jean Leif, Phyllis Rock, Kenneth Kohler, Austin Cohen, Steve Moser, Philip Moore, Harry Mary and Robert Aronofsky, Carol Martin, Martha Allen, Spencer Nelson, Lisa McGowan, Freddie James, Mrs. Orlandi, Lorenza Wright, Norman Love, Rabbi Azaria, Alfonso McKenzie, Danielle Ben Leah, John Whitehead, Lynn Ringel, Irby Sanders, Winnie Evans, Tom Doyle, Casey Williams Jr., Rabbi Janie Gracken, Mina Plates, Arlene Maybloom, Michael, Ann Skolnick, Ruth Savin, Audrey McKenzie, Bernice Tunick, Tom Sutphin, Stephanie's brother, those who have perished on the plane crash in Iran, those who have perished in the fires in Australia, those who were injured, those who perished in the earthquake in Puerto Rico, as well as those who have perished in the tragedies of 2020, and as well as those soldiers and warfighters who have perished in their service. All souls are with you, O Sovereign. So teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts into wisdom. And teach us to live wisely and unselfishly, courageously and fruitfully, in truth and in understanding, in love and in peace, so that our remembrance of them will be more than just mere moments of regret, but rather serve as a catalyst for noble and inspired living. And may the names of those who we have said out loud, as well as those who we hold in our hearts, may their names be for blessing. And may we become worthy so that those who come after us may likewise remember us for good, as we this day affectionately remember those who are unto us a blessing. And let us say, Amen. Well, Chaverim u'Mishpacha, we have come to the end of our Maariv service this evening. And as always, it is indeed my honor, it is my pleasure. Of course, Shalom has Maariv service every weeknight, Monday through Thursdays with JSOI rabbis, and of course, Friday nights, Kabbalat Shabbat with Rabbi Blaine. If you are studying this week's Parsha, we are in Sefer Shemot this week. Yes, so now we're one first book down. We're into the second book, and if you are studying this week's Parsha, you know we learn a few different things, and there are I'll share with you a couple of things that resonate with me with this Parsha. One of them are the Hebrew midwives that actually, instead of killing all the male babies that are born at birth, they save them and they risk their lives. Shifra and Pua risk their lives to be able to save the male babies that were ordered to be killed. So that's one. We learn about the birth and the infancy of Moshe Rabbeinu, which is very special, and how big Sister Miriam is right there, watching and just watching over her little brother. And so that part resonates with me, because that's something that you see in families. And sometimes the older girls actually do take care of the little brothers. And we know what happens later, but it's good to see that aspect of humanity. The other thing we recognize, that Moshe isn't really a Hebrew name. He's actually given that by his adopted mother, Pharaoh's daughter. So that's something else, and we don't quite hear or learn what Moshe Rabbeinu's name actually is, given by his mother, Yocheved. So lots of things happen, but one of the things that we get here is that Moshe gets his calling in this parsha. He gets his calling as he goes up into the mountain, witnesses this bush kind of on fire, but not really burning, or being consumed, I should say. And this is where he has this spiritual calling, so to speak, and his purpose, his raison d'etre is laid out for him, that he's going to be delivering the children of Israel out of Egypt and bringing them to the land that Hashem and Adonai has promised to Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And as even part of this, as Adonai is speaking to Moshe Rabbeinu, he actually reveals to him his name. And so this is a part that there are two parts. So there's one part of the name that many translations confuse, but there's the other part of his name, which is the full name. And so this part, we always have to, there are, Kabbalists will say that there are like 70 names of Adonai. Well, there are quite a few names that we find in the Torah, and of course, most of them are not spoken or shouldn't be spoken. But here we learn a couple of them in this parsha as it pertains to Moshe Rabbeinu and him receiving his calling, his purpose in life, and what he is designed to do and what he will do. And of course he tries to get out of it, but nevertheless, he will have his older brother Aaron to be there with him. So, with that, I hope if you are studying this week's parsha, I bid you great study, and let me know what resonates with you. I would love to hear it. So with that, please allow me to bless you with the threefold blessing before we go into our Monday evening or Tuesday morning. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yechunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. God bless you all, and thank you so very much. Again, Erev Tov, Ulayla Tov, Ushavua Tov. Please be safe, please be well, please be blessed. And most of all, please be a blessing. Shine your light and share it. God bless you all. I'll see you soon. If not later this week, then certainly next week. Bye-bye.